Hey, Dad Gamers. Welcome to the Dad Gamers Podcast. I'm your host, Bob Rayhart. That's Flank on Xbox Live, FLANKKE. You could follow me there. Okay, so it's been a month since we've talked. I've been super busy. I wish I could do this podcast more. I was trying to do it weekly there for a while, and unfortunately, my own schedule caught up with me, and I just didn't have the ability. I'm going to try to get back on top of it, especially now since we have just passed E3 and there's tons of games coming out for you dads out there. Let's give a quick rundown of games real quick here. At E3, we saw Halo Infinite due out this holiday for Xbox. We saw Forza Horizon 5. Cool announcement about Forza Horizon 5. It is coming to Xbox Game Pass on November 9th. When it releases, and it'll be, like I said, on the Game Pass on November 9th for everyone to play. So if you have Xbox Game Pass, you're going to be playing day one of Forza Horizon 5. So we also are going to see, finally, after years, multiple console waits, Psychonauts 2. Do you remember the original Psychonauts? It was actually on the old school OG Xbox, and it was done... It was a beautiful game to play. It was kind of a Tim Burton-esque game, and they're finally coming out with its sequel. It's actually due out August 25th so far, so we're excited to see that one be played out. Also will be available on Xbox Game Pass, so yay, more games to play. Next month in July, we'll see Flight Simulator. I've seen the previews of this game, Flight Simulator. It comes out July 27th. It's also, again, Xbox Game Pass, but... if you have a PC and you play your Xbox Game Pass on PC, I cannot strongly recommend to play Flight Simulator on your PC. The game is absolutely gorgeous. Some of the other exciting stuff we saw at E3, of course, was Ubisoft's big announcement with Far Cry 6, due out this October. We're also seeing the new Rainbow Six coming out. I think it's called Extraction. It was originally not going to be called Extraction. It was going to be called Quarantine. But I guess, 2020 kind of screwed that up, so Extraction it is. We also saw Breath of the Wild 2 trailer from Nintendo and heard bits and pieces, and this wasn't so much as a big thing at E3, but there is some stuff flying around, and this is good for those dad gamers with little ones that play on the Nintendo Switch. A huge update for things for Animal Crossing. So it looks like if you're a fan of Animal Crossing and you've played the previous games, it looks like we're finally going to get Brewster's Coffee House somewhere in Animal Crossing. Now, I haven't updated my game of Animal Crossing in probably at least a month and a half, so I don't know if it's already available. I was told it wasn't going to be until this fall, so it may be there now, but I don't know if 100%. I haven't updated my game, I'm not going to lie. Super excited about that, but on the same topic of games for younger kids, for you dads out there that have younger kids, the Lego Star Wars. Do you remember the Lego games that came out? Like, there's 12 Lego games, and they're really fun. They're simple to play. You, as dads, can play with any age group of kids. They're so super safe. There's really no big, there's no blood and guts. It's not like Call of Duty or Battlefield or anything like that. But the Lego Star Wars was supposed to come out with one called Skywalker Saga. Now, that was actually supposed to release this spring. Like, it was literally supposed to be here 2 months ago. And they said nothing about it at E3. They said nothing about it at LegoCon. They said no announcements at all when it was supposed to be released. So I have no idea what's going on. I try to dig into it to see where it's at. And everybody, even as of... 2 days ago, 20 hours ago even, there's still been no update. There was a little bit of talk in Twitter from Lego about it, but no definitive answer. So I went on to GameStop's website. They actually have the game for pre-order. You can pre-order the game now, and there's a couple of pre-order bonuses, keychains, things like that, Lego packages, things like that. For any of the systems, it's on the board. It's on the board for all systems, not just Xbox, across the board. And it's a great game, again, to play with your kids. But the kicker is you can pre-order it now, and it only has a release date of December 31st, 2021. Now, we know what that means. If you've been a gamer for a while, you know anytime you see a December 31st release date, that's not the true date. That's GameStop filling in a spot to say, we don't know when the game's going to be released. So they're even just as clueless, and they sell the game. So that's weird. But speaking of other games, I want to give a quick rundown on on what games that you could play as a father with your kids, young, old, whatever. Some of the other games that are coming out, or actually that are actually already out now. Let me correct myself and say that these games are actually already out now, and I actually played them with my sons. If you play Sea of Thieves on Xbox or the PC, the one made by Rare, they just teamed up with Disney, and this past week came out with Sea of Thieves, a Sea of Thieves update called Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life. Exactly what you think when I said Disney. They are basically taking Sea of Thieves, the pirate game, and teaming up with Disney to create Pirates of the Caribbean, mix it into one game. Boom. You've got Sea of Thieves meets Pirates of the Caribbean, so Jack Sparrow is on your boat. It's crazy. It's fun. I played it with my brother and my sons, and it's a great time. Open world pirate game. It was a perfect fit. It was actually a perfect fit for Sea of Thieves and Pirates of the Caribbean. A really great, fun, friendly. I dare say friendly. I can't say friendly because everybody out there in their own boat is a kind of a jerk. There's very few very few people that are willing to play together as pirates. And again, it's a pirate game. So it's all about, plunder and steal and take, and it's pirates. I don't know. What do you expect? But, the Sea of Thieves, A Pirate's Life game, since Rare and Disney hooked up to create that update, it's been amazing. Also, if there was a great game you want to play with your kids, it also just came out. It's called Knockout City. Now, it sounds like Knockout City would sound like, oh, it's a boxing game? No, it's actually dodgeball. So Knockout City is a dodgeball game. Think of it kind of like a Fortnite meets Splatoon. Was it Splatoon on Nintendo where you shoot the paint at each other? I think it is. So it's kind of like that. Like the graphics of Splatoon, kind of like a Sunset Overdrive type theme, but you run around and you play dodgeball and you throw dodgeballs at each other. It's a simplistic game, so it's not like over the top hard to figure out, and it's super fun. They do 3-on-3 matches, they do 4-on-4 matches, so it's not like you have a bunch of people and pinning you down and pegging you with a dodgeball. And you can play with your kids. I played with mine, and it's just a fun time. And the games are quick. The actual games themselves are only about 3 minutes long, so you're not in a game very, very long. And it's fast paced, it's fun, and it's not blood and guts. It's not shoot 'em. It's not first person. I mean, it's great that we're as dad gamers. I'm sure there's a majority of you that are into the first person shooter type games, and that's fine. But when you got little kids you want to play with, or they want to play with you, that's what I'm doing. I'm suggesting those type of games. So, any of the Lego games are great and safe to play with your kids. I think I've said that on this podcast before. You've got, of course, the Animal Crossing, which is only a single player, but still a fun game, simple, safe game for your kids to play. The Sea of Thieves is a little, I want to say, iffy when it comes to there's no blood or guts, and everything's it's very Disney. I mean, it's very Disney-esque even before they teamed up with Disney. So take a look at that. That will require, unfortunately, it's not a co-op type couch game you can play with your kids. So unless you've got a PC and an Xbox or two Xboxes or whatever, everybody's going to kind of need their own system to play that. But it's fun. I recommend it. I totally recommend it. The other thing is I know there's a lot of dad gamers out there that have children that play Fortnite. Now, my nephew is huge into Fortnite. Like, he is just obsessed with Fortnite, but basically Fortnite and Minecraft. And I'm sure there's a lot of you dad gamers out there that have the same thing, where your kid is just like, it's either Minecraft or Fortnite, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Well, everybody knows that the Marvel Universe has been a big influence into Fortnite, as far as being able to drop characters in. You can play Captain America and Thanos and all these other things. Well, with the new Disney Plus show, Loki, They are going to be bringing Loki to Fortnite. That'll be actually next month in July. Now, Loki won't be playable. Here's the thing. Loki will not be playable for everyone. You're not going to be able to just like go in there, purchase Loki to play as, and be Loki running around playing in Fortnite. That may frustrate some of the younger gamers, FYI there, dads, because they will assume that you can, and you're not going to be able to. Loki is actually an exclusive. He will not be a shop item. He is only accessible to subscribers of the Fortnite crew. Now, I dug into this a little bit because I'm not a subscriber to the Fortnite crew to find out what the Fortnite crew was about. Now, the Fortnite crew is basically for gamers who play Fortnite religiously. If you play Fortnite every single day, there's a good chance you already are part of the Fortnite crew. If your kid plays Fortnite every single day, this might be something that you could give them as a gift, or you could make an incentive for chores or something like that, where it's a monthly fee. I don't want to say fee, but it's a monthly cost. It's $12 a month, and you could become part of the Fortnite crew. It's an actual thing built into Epic Games' Fortnite, and it's 12 months. Like I said, $12 a month, and it includes the seasonal pass, which has a whole bunch of exclusives tied to that, plus things like Loki and other exclusive character outfits, weapons, these type of things will be only for the Fortnite crew. Now, Epic Games has come out and already said that no matter what, even in the future or anything, none of the Fortnite crew exclusives will be available for the public. So that means that the absolute only way to play as Loki is to be a monthly subscriber to the Fortnite crew. So if you really want Loki, or you're a huge Marvel fan, looks like $12 a month is your only option. Again, next month, Loki will be available. It's not available right now because it's still June, but in July, it will be. Moving on. So, announced yesterday, or at least, of course, let me rephrase that. What came across my desk yesterday, this very well could have been announced a week ago, and I'm just late to the party on this. But it was announced yesterday, according to what I have, that Xbox Cloud Gaming will now be available on iPhones and iPads. Now, for some of you dad gamers out there, and the whole reason why you like to listen to this podcast is because you can't deep dive into news of gaming, but you still like games. I get it. That's what this podcast is for. Xbox Cloud Gaming is this. Let me back up to say I beta tested Xbox Cloud Gaming on my phone. I have a Samsung Galaxy phone, and way back, this was probably a year and a half ago, I beta tested Xbox Cloud Gaming, which is basically you could take your phone, you could log into Xbox Live through your phone, and you could use a Bluetooth controller and play Xbox Live games like Sea of Thieves, Just Cause, even Halo, right there using your phone as a screen. Now, I know you've seen this before. I guarantee most of you dad gamers have. And if you haven't, and you have Xbox Game Pass, this is actually already a feature that's available to you. Now, what the big thing was is that Apple's iPhone and the Apple company themselves, the Apple Store, refused to let Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass be played on their system. Yikes. This was a huge black eye for Apple, because Microsoft was pretty much like, well, if you're not going to do it, we're going to let every other phone out there do it except for yours. Well, the whole reason being was that Apple looked at it like, oh, if you're going to have games, we need to review the games if they're going to be able to be played on our iPhones or our iPads or whatever. We need to be able to review each and every game. And Xbox went, well, there's hundreds of games on Xbox Game Pass. We're not going to sit here and send every single game in for review when all these people, all they're really doing is just accessing our server, our Game Pass server, to play the games. Well, back and forth. I think eventually Apple realizes it's kind of stupid for them to hold out, because much like with their big back and forth with Epic Games, they're going to end up losing. So they finally conceded and allow now for iPhones and iPads to allow access to Xbox Cloud Gaming, which means if you have an iPhone, you can now play on Xbox Game Pass with a Bluetooth controller linked to your phone and play anywhere that you are. Now, again, like I said, I beta tested this about a year and a half ago before it came out for everybody, and it was flawless. I loved it. I would be at work, and I would go to lunch, and I would literally have my phone with me, of course, and I would just have a controller in my lunch bag, and I would just pull it out, sitting in the break room, and just sit there and play Xbox, and it would blow people's minds that I was actually playing, Sea of Thieves with other people online. The only downside is that when it comes to headset and being able to talk and communicate, that was a little, I think at the time it was not possible, a little spotty or iffy. I haven't tried it since. So that feature may not be available when using your phone to access the Xbox Cloud gaming system. But again, lots of stuff, lots of cool features available for being able to use your phone and play games. What else I got? Oh, so I haven't tried this yet, but I saw this. I know some of you dad gamers out there have probably seen this. I always try to bring up a game. I always try to bring up a toy or something that's not necessarily video game related for you dad gamers that want your kid to maybe put the controller down for a little while. Well, this kind of leans that way, but also kind of doesn't lean that way. Let me reiterate. The one thing I did run across, which I thought was a brilliant idea by Nintendo, was their Mario Kart RC cars. Now, there is a couple of different kinds on the market, RC cars on the market that are made by Nintendo. They've got ones with Mario and, Luigi, where they just kind of move side to side, and they're just regular RC cars. You can usually get these in a 2-pack, and you can usually get them for $50, and they can be found everywhere from, Walmart to GameStop to Costco to anywhere. But there's another series, there's another set that is $100, and it's only one car. Now when I say that after what I've just said, that kind of sounds like, that's crazy. Why would I buy one car? Here's the catch. The Mario Kart, the Grand Prix RC car by Nintendo, the one made specifically by Nintendo for the Switch, has a camera built into it. So not only has it got the regular RC, a physical RC car that you put down on the ground, but there's a camera built into it, which means it then wirelessly connects to your Switch so that you can see on screen and turn your entire house into a Mario Kart track. So yeah, exactly. It comes with little arrows, and it comes with a little start line and a finish line. And what it is you set these up around your house into a loop, basically. You want to have a regular Mario Kart. You don't want a straight line. You just want it's not a drag race. You just want a start and a finish and a regular, a loop type somewhere in your house. So when you can go under the table and come back around or whatever. But the idea is that the camera sees these things and projects them on the screen. Oh, there's a turn. Oh, this is the finish. Oh, this is the start. And you physically race an RC car around your house. Now, they make only right now Mario and Luigi. But when I saw this, it reminded me that Nintendo's theme park is out, or is open right now, overseas in Japan, at Universal Studios, and that they're building one at Epic Universe in Orlando. And the technology that they're showing us right now with the ability to be camera, basically AR, mobile, wireless, back to your Switch, you interact, you set up. I mean, think about the level of technology that they're putting into this toy. So with that being said, I was kind of like, wow, this is impressive, and I can only imagine what the key cool features of the theme park and how more upgraded that is, or will be when they build the Orlando version. So yeah, if you want to get your kid the Mario Kart RC cars, the Grand Prix one, they're about $100. If you find them for $20 or $25, there's a good chance that those are not the ones we're talking about. These ones should come with basically a Nintendo Switch game, and they're probably located in most stores where the video games are sold. So something to think about. Side note, I do know that Walmart, I think, was selling them for $85. Don't quote me on it, but that was the cheapest place I saw. The last bit of information I actually have for game-related stuff. For dad gamers out there, we all played Fallout 4. So I would like to take a moment here to say rest in peace to River, who was the German Shepherd that did the motion capture work for Dog Meat in Fallout 4. He passed away. I think he was 15 years old, I think he was. But, River, the German Shepherd, passed away. The dog from Fallout 4 who did the mocap work. He did a great job. I mean, so now, anytime you go and play Fallout 4, make sure you take Dog Meat with you for sure, so that his memory lives on. Last but not least, I do have one more thing. I have an announcement for this month's winner of our Xbox gift card. Our $25 Xbox Live gift card goes to gamertag Dynasty U-Turn. So Dynasty U-Turn, whose actual name is Dan, will be getting a $25 Xbox gift card. So if you see Dynasty U-Turn online, hit him up with your suggestions on what cool games to buy with his $25 Xbox gift card. And again, if you want to be in the drawing or in the selection for an $25 Xbox gift card, we do it once a month. And you have to go to dadgamerspodcast.com, drop your email in there. We randomly select an email and get you a code directly. And also check us out. Of course, we also have a private Dad Gamers Club on Xbox, so you can join that, and you can talk with other dad gamers and get in on their games if you want to make friends, play games, and if you don't want to just be like, when the kids are down for the night and you want to actually talk to real adults or in the same boat, that would be the place to do it. So check us out there on Xbox Live. I've been your host, Bob Rayhart. That's Flank on Xbox Live, FLANKKE. You can find me there. Real quick, the question popped up is, does Dad Gamers or will Dad Gamers be getting a Discord? The answer is yes, we will eventually. It's not set up yet. We are working on it to get it set up in approximately 2 weeks. If this is a good idea, you enjoy this idea, you think this is something we should try to do, you can leave a message in the comments on whatever podcast app you're listening to, or you can always send us an email at dadgamerspodcast@gmail.com and let us know what you think, if we should do a Discord or if we shouldn't do a Discord. And last but not least, like everything with the podcast, the other question was, is there going to be any merch? The big thing is that we weren't going to do any merch for it, but there's been some funny dad jokes that have been coming out for Dad Gamers, so we will be doing a Dad Gamers podcast merch line, and the link will be available eventually in the show's descriptions. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll post a link for it also on the Dad Gamers private club on Xbox Live. So when the merch does become available, you can take a look. Again, it's going to be dad-related, funny, basically shirts. So check it out. Tell us what you think. All right, dads. Thanks for listening. Hopefully I can get back to you guys in another week or so. Worst case scenario, this podcast will be only once a month. But thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.